So what if just one person all by themselves could build a $1 billion company? I know, it sounds a little like science fiction, right? But here's the thing. Thanks to a brand new playbook, one that's powered entirely by AI, this is quickly becoming our new reality. All right, so here's how we're going to break it all down. First, we'll talk about this whole $1 billion solo founder idea. Then, we'll get into the framework you need. We're going to make AI debate a business idea for us, build an automated marketing machine, and then put the entire company on autopilot. Finally, we'll wrap it all up into a playbook you can actually use. So first things first, let's get one thing straight. This is not just some theory anymore. The idea of a single person building a $1 billion company would have sounded absolutely crazy just a few months ago. But the world of AI is moving so incredibly fast that we're actually starting to see it happen. And hey, don't just take my word for it. This quote right here is from Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI. It just perfectly sums up the massive shift we're all living through. This isn't some far-off dream anymore. It's a real target that the smartest people in tech can see right on the horizon. Now, here's where it gets really interesting, because there are two main paths to get there. On one side, you've got the technical founder. Think Peter with OpenCloth, someone with deep coding skills who can build a core AI product from the ground up. But on the other side, you have the operator founder, like Matthew Gallagher with Medvi. This person is a genius at business and marketing, building an automated machine around existing products. And the big takeaway here, you don't have to be a coder to get in on this. So how do we actually do this? Well, before you even think about an idea, you need a framework. This is all about finding the right kind of idea, one that's specifically designed to work for a solo founder using AI. These are the new rules of the game. And these rules are absolutely crucial. For this model to work, your idea has to check these 4 boxes. 1, high demand. You need to be solving a problem people are desperate to fix. 2, digital acquisition. You have to be able to find and reach your customers online. 3, a low-touch price, something people can subscribe to without a ton of thought. And finally, number 4, it has to be a subscription model. That's how you get that predictable, recurring revenue that makes this all possible. Okay, this is where things get really, really cool. We've got our framework, but how do we actually find an idea that fits perfectly? Well, we're not going to guess. We are going to make these smartest AI models on the planet debate each other to find the absolute best idea for us. We do this with a concept called a model council. It's pretty amazing, actually. You take multiple AIs, GPT-4, Claude, Gemini, you name it, and you give them the same detailed prompt based on our framework. First, they all come up with their own ideas independently. But then, and this is the magic part, you make them look at each other's answers and critique them. They debate, they find the flaws, they refine the ideas. It's seriously like having a team of genius co-founders working for you around the clock. So that's what we did. We plugged our 4-part framework into the Model Council, and here's what came back. Claude Opus suggested an AI dating and Riz coach, Riz, of course, being slang for charisma. This is a classic example of tapping into a huge insecurity market where people are really, really willing to pay for a solution. Then you have GPT-4, which came at it from a totally different but equally high-stakes angle, career anxiety. It suggested an AI job search assistant to help people get ahead in today's super competitive job market. A great idea. And then Gemini Pro throw a curveball, a really unique personality-driven idea, an accountability coach on WhatsApp that literally roasts you to keep you motivated. This is exactly why the Model Council is so powerful. You get this incredible diversity of thought in just minutes. So after the debate, the AI spit out this summary. They all agreed that targeting insecurities is a goldmine and that using WhatsApp is essential for the Indian market. Now, even though they each had a different #1 pick, for this example, we're going to run with the AI dating coach. Why? Because the demand is off the charts, people are ready to pay, and it just fits our AI-first framework like a glove. All right, we have our idea. It's been validated by AI geniuses. But, an idea without customers is, well, it's just an idea. So how do we get those customers without hiring a single marketing person? We build an automated marketing engine. Here's the stack for that. For our AI dating coach, we could use Claude to write dozens of different ad scripts. Then we can use an image generator to create a totally realistic, trustworthy-looking coach to be the face of our brand. No photo shoot needed. And finally, we can use an AI video tool to animate that image, turning it into a really compelling video ad that's ready to go. The key here is just how incredibly efficient this is. I mean, what used to take a whole team, a studio, a camera crew, and weeks of time can now be done by one person, by you, in a single afternoon. You can test hundreds of different ads to see what works, all before spending a single penny on an editor or a photographer. Okay, so the ads are running, people are signing up, that's awesome. But now, who's going to answer the customer service calls? Who's going to analyze the sales data? Who's going to manage all the operations? You don't hire people, you deploy your new AI staff. This, right here, this is your new company org chart. Instead of a head of customer service, you have Vappy, an AI that can handle calls 24/7 with a human-like voice. Instead of a data analyst, you have Julius AI, which plugs right into your sales data and tells you exactly what's going on. And to manage all of it, a tool like Paperclip acts as your operations manager, making sure all your AI agents are working together perfectly. So we've literally just walked through the entire process. We went from finding an idea to getting customers to running the business, all without a single employee. Now, let's boil this all down into a simple, repeatable playbook that you can use to build your own thing. And here it is, the blueprint. It really just comes down to these 5 steps. You define your framework, you ideate with an AI council, you create your marketing materials instantly, you acquire customers on autopilot, and you operate the whole show with your AI staff. This is the new playbook, plain and simple. You know, we're living in this truly wild moment in time where the barriers to creating a huge, scalable company have basically crumbled. They've never been lower. The tech is here, the framework is clear, and the opportunity is absolutely massive. So really the only question left is the one right there on the screen. What will you build?